live. Johnny and the Greg. If you guys haven't figured it out, I'm Johnny. I think that way's the Greg, at least on my computer.
Maybe.
Just for you other people. There you go.
The other guy.
Welcome to the
I'm
show.
The other guy.
If you guys can do your usual thing for us, like, subscribe, share, all of these things while Greg tells you about our partnership with Audible.
That's right. We are partnered with Audible. So if you'd like to get if you would like to get a 30-day free trial of Audible, you go in there, you do have to buy like your books and stuff like that, but the subscription is there. I think they do spot you at least one book for free. What I like about it is that whether you stick with it, whether you don't stick with it, you get to keep whatever you're going to have and still listen to, whatever romance, fantasy, sci-fi, horror, mystery, whatever you want to get, it's yours to keep. And you can get 30 days for free of that service by going to audibletrial.com/JATG. And I've what am I listening to right now? I've been slowly making my way through the Dresden Files, which is one of my favorite series by Jim Butcher. I've been doing that. But then I also just downloaded a book called Slaying Dragons. And I got to get the author because it was just something that popped up on my list. And it's all about the rise and fall of TSR, which was the original Dungeons and Dragons company.
Okay.
It's their whole history of how they eventually were bought by Wizards of the Coast. Is Gygax is actually
Gygax.
So it's by
do not hunt me down, D&D people. I'm learning this stuff. Okay.
Slaying the Dragon: A Secret History of Dungeons and Dragons by Ben Riggs, and it's narrated by Sean Patrick Hopkins. And I literally just started it as I was running some errands today. Very into it. So yeah, I mean, again, fiction, nonfiction, anything you want. You get 30 days for that. And it's at audibletrial.com/JATG.
That's right. And I happen to be reading this one, The Gray Man.
Oh, The Gray Man.
And it was this was so good. I picked up the second one and read through that. So I'm a fan of these novels. This is a great one. If you guys want to pick up just a good fashion action novel, if you guys want to download that on Audible, please do. I'm old school. I like to feel the book and the pages, things like that.
And also what we've learned is that Johnny doesn't like taking my recommendations when it comes to books because he will read anything except for what I.
That's not true. I've read 2 of the Dresden Files. I have to get in the mood.
Get in the mood. They're so good.
I just had to get in the mood. And I was totally in the mood in the spring. And then I just I picked up the Jack Carr's book. And I was like, oh, this is great. Are there more like these? And I found this one. And I'm like, oh yeah, I think they're making a movie of it. So
did you watch The Gray Man?
Yes, I did watch The Gray Man.
Okay, good. So did you finish the book first or did you watch?
I finished the book first. I finished these 2 first before I've watched the movie. So what did you watch it?
Yeah, I did. I watched it Friday night. I think we watched it.
What were your thoughts, sir?
I liked it. I thought it was a good action piece. I had a good time with it.
Yeah. I liked it as well. I wasn't blown away by it. There's nothing in there that you haven't seen before, except actually Ryan Gosling in an action movie, and Chris Evans as a bad guy.
Full on action movie, extended fight choreography.
Yeah, I guess on your scale of action movies, John Wick's at the top, right? I mean, he may not be number 1, but he's up there, right? That's a level, right?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, especially in the new style of action movies, like John Wick set the tone.
Yeah, it's not John Wick good, in my opinion, but it's good. You're not going to have a bad time. Right. You're not going to get bored watching. It's a popcorn action movie, which is I love those things. I love turning my brain off and just going with it.
I would say I liked it better than watching the Terminal List series, and I liked it. I mean, I'm trying to think of other action movies that have come out, like non-comic book style action movies.
Yeah,
that have come out,
which are very hard to find nowadays.
A little bit, they're kind of tough to find.
Yeah.
And that one just it sticks out to me a little bit, and I enjoyed it.
Well, I hope a lot of people enjoyed it because the Russos plan on expanding this universe, I guess. Yeah, there are 11 books of this guy. So there's a
So
couple of things. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I just looked up Ryan Gosling because we've been
Yeah.
saying like I haven't seen him in a really an action
Yes.
franchise or an action series, or an action movie.
He's
He
had
did-
action moments.
Well, I forgot he was Young Hercules, which ran from 98 to 99.
Oh my God. I
pretty
didn't
much
know that either.
Yep, pretty much slept on that one. Didn't
Wow. Yeah, me too.
didn't check that one out. As an adult doing an action film, not really. He was in Gangster Squad, but I tell you the truth, I didn't see that one. The Nice Guys, not a lot of action.
Where's the
in
one where
that
he's
one.
a driver?
And that called Drive. It's called
Drive. Okay.
And yeah, there were
that
some,
was the most, I would say.
there was like some action pieces of that, but that was more of a
Right.
like an emotional type
Yeah.
of. But I actually raised my eyebrows because I did not know this. But in pre-production right now, he is attached to the Wolfman.
Yes, I've heard about that. I have
hadn't
no
heard about
idea.
that.
I have no idea about that. I didn't even know he was married to Eva Mendes. I didn't know that.
Is he really?
Eva Mendes.
Eva
Is that her
Mendes?
name? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Fine,
married
fine.
to her. I didn't know that. But
His I'm actually so he's got the new Barbie movie coming out, which looks
Yes.
absolutely ridiculous. That's going to be a candy coated,
absolutely
sugar bomb.
nightmare.
But then he's got the Wolfman, the Fall Guy. Is that
Oh,
based
cool.
maybe based on the old
TV show?
The
Yeah, the stunt guy.
John Majors, the
Yeah,
John
yeah,
Majors
yeah.
Stunt guy.
Yeah.
I
used to love
Yeah.
that damn show.
We'll see.
Yeah. Going back to the Gray Man, I liked it. The book is not that different. There are some small little things that are different, but
Yeah.
plot's basically the same. There's one part in the book and there's one part in the movie. There's that plane scene, and I'm not going to ruin. Look, if I spoil this, guys, then you've never watched an action movie in your life. There's just stuff just happens in this movie that's not really original, in my opinion. You've seen it before. There's this thing in the plane. You know what I'm talking about, right?
That's why I saw the whole scene of the plane. I don't
Right. Okay.
where you're
So-
headed with this.
What I don't like, there was this one moment, and I don't know, in the book, it added tension to it, where the entire time, Court Gentry, who is the Gray Man, he's looking at the Navy SEALs as they're getting this, the kill order for him. And he's like, guys, everything all right over there? Like, you guys just seem real tense, you know? And that built the tension as they were walking over. Here, you just all of a sudden, he was asleep 1 minute, next minute, and he's awake.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like,
And you
you
know
know-
what? You just said his name. They didn't say his name at all. in
yeah,
the
they
film.
did. In the beginning, when he was recruited.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
And
he
then they
goes,
just
Court
called him
Gentry, he's going through his whole like.
Oh, I didn't
jacket.
catch that at all.
So-
They just
and
called him
that's-
6 after that.
But that's the other part that I liked about the book. Okay, the way the author lays out the character, he's known by three names: Sierra 6, Court Gentry, which is his real name, and the Gray Man. Now, how he does this is pretty cool. Where if Court Gentry's thinking of stuff, it'll say Court Gentry thought about how to do this or how to do that, right? If someone's talking to him, they're calling him 6.
Yeah.
And if he's in an action moment where the narration's explaining the action, it says the Gray Man grabbed the guy's knife. It's cool how he does it like that.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. No. I wonder if he's hinting at like different. He's not hinting at different like personalities or anything. Is he?
No, it's nothing like that. It's just the Gray Man is this in the books. It's this mythical legend that like, and he always gets stopped in the middle of one of these things like, hey, that thing in Kiev, was that you? You just have to say yes or no. And he never answers it.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
But the personality of the Gray Man is very much the way that Ryan Gosling played it.
Okay.
Where when he gets hurt, he doesn't like go, ow, he goes, I like that part about it.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Lloyd Hansen is exactly how he's played in the book. So Chris Evans did a great job at that. I heard Joker, he's as good as the Joker. No, he was just a good, bad guy.
He was a good bad guy, and he was
Yeah.
very sociopathic. But I
Yes.
wouldn't put him
Yes.
in that.
My favorite line is, I got shot in the ass, Suzanne.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
hilarious. Yeah. But yeah, I enjoyed
because
it.
that was in the preview. I did expect a little bit more comedy
Yeah.
in the film,
Not
and there
much.
wasn't not much at all. I mean, there was a little, but
Yeah.
not so much that you would think of this as an action comedy.
Right.
It was an action.
Yeah, I agree. I had only two major nitpicks: the one in the plane, and the plane seemed to abrupt that action scene and seemed to just end when you were like, wait a minute, wait, why? Can you show, and then the last one, the Russos did a lot of Michael Bay drone stuff that didn't seem to flow right in some areas.
A little bit. Yeah.
Some areas I was like, oh, that's cool shot. And then other areas I'm like, no, why did they go that route?
There was a lot as far as the flight choreography goes. There was a whole lot of throwing of people.
Yes. And shaky cam in the beginning. I thought,
a lot of like over the shoulder, and then somebody like flies across the screen and lands, hits a wall. Yeah. A lot of throwing. Just a lot of throwing.
Do you have the cast up for the Gray Man? Because there's that was his bodyguard, his sidekick.
DeArmas is her
DeArmas. She's awesome.
Yeah, she's very good.
She was. We also watched No Time to Die, the last James Bond. Mm-hmm. She was so fun in that movie. She was. I'll be honest. Good.
I'm like 5 James Bond films behind.
Are you? The last one,
I really am.
The last one here with Daniel Craig was good. It was really good.
Yeah. There was one the one where M's office blows up in the beginning. I don't even know which one it is.
Okay.
I tried to watch it like 5 or 6 times.
Couldn't get through it.
And I'd fall asleep.
Oh.
And maybe I was just picking bad times to watch it, but I'd sit on my couch, turn it on, and be like, okay.
Boom.
And just out. And it's the one where he's like getting back into it. Like he's got to go.
Okay, I think that's Skyfall. Skyfall.
I think it is. It could be Skyfall. And I just couldn't. And after I was just unable to watch that one, I'm like, well, I'm not going to watch the next one because they're all connected.
They are. That's the first time they've ever done it. Where all the Bond movies, as far as Daniel Craig's concerned, all of his movies are like really connected to where villains appear, or they talk about somebody that was in movie 2 and you're in movie 5, and you gotta pay attention. So anyway, so I like the Gray Man. So if you guys have a shot, go chance to see it, watch it. It's a good popcorn movie. So if you have seen it, let us know if you like it. I'm really curious because I heard it got trashed by like critics and stuff, but I don't know what action movie gets great critics. Like I feel like they all put it in one spectrum.
Well, and it's mostly based off of the action. I mean, John Wick was praised, but it was because the action was something we hadn't really seen before.
Right. So
yeah. So anyway,
besides the Gray Man, a lot of stuff happened this weekend.
It was a
fun
nerd
weekend in San Diego. Yeah.
Big nerd weekend. One solidifying that I don't think I ever want to go to San Diego Comic-Con. But I love watching all the coverage, reading it all, things of that nature.
Is a little bigger to you than the Super Bowl?
Going to Comic-Con, I think it would have been.
No, just San Diego. The idea, like the whole festive weekend. I understand if you went there, yes, of course, but
yeah, I mean, like I saw, it was either on Instagram or TikTok. I'm not exactly sure which one, but somebody had filmed the line to get into Hall H on Saturday, and it was like people were literally camped out for 2 days to get into Hall H just on Saturday. Yeah. So that means their entire trip to the biggest Comic-Con in the world was to wait in line
and camp
outside.
Well, it's San Diego. Come on.
Still.
No.
But I know. I get that it's beautiful there and they weren't, but I mean, you're still like sleeping on a sidewalk.
That's true.
For 2 days just to get in and watch like the Marvel panel. And I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm spending all that money.
Yeah. I'm not that interested.
Like,
well, not only that, you'll eventually see everything that they saw.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I saw it like minutes after it came out online, and a little disappointing as far as my one, well, I don't know if it's my one gripe, but one of my gripes of San Diego Comic-Con is that you hear dick about comics the entire weekend. They should just change the name to MovieCon. Yeah. Because that's really what it is.
Yeah. Or I don't know, some sort of fiction con or something like that.
I mean, once upon a time, there was like a Gilmore Girls panel at Comic-Con. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Like, really?
Yeah. And I'm like, I get that it's a big show. And it's
Yeah.
not that I don't even like it. I liked that show. I thought it was
Yeah.
fun, but not at a comic book convention. And
I
so
wonder what that was like at first. Like the
I don't-
first San Diego Comic-Con. What was
well,
that
it was
like?
all comic books, but now the comic book stuff has just been buried and
Yeah,
Hollywood has taken over.
that's
So
true. Yeah.
we'll get comic news at from C2E2, the Chicago Con, which is in a couple weeks. So
Yeah, that's true.
and we probably won't cover it on this show because most of y'all don't care.
That's true too.
So from Comic-Con though,
Yes.
I've got a list up here, kind of the biggest things that come out of Comic-Con. A big one for me, and one that I'm both excited and a little bit nervous about, is the Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves trailer release.
Can you actually play that or no right now? Do we get in trouble if we play it?
No, I don't think we get in trouble, but you didn't.
But what's the
have
problem? You think it's a like it lags?
There could be that, but also you didn't have me prepped for that, so I
Sorry.
have to.
Well, then don't worry about it. It's not a problem.
Okay.
But yeah, so you said so. Yes, the Dungeons and Dragons. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
I think you and I have the same view. We're like,
I mean, it's interesting because immediately there was a split, because in the trailer itself, there is a section, and maybe through the magic of editing, you can add this in, where one of the characters turns into a beast called an owl bear.
which I love owl bears, by the way.
And
I'd
it's
take one home.
it looks like it's going to be a very cool scene, a very fun scene. And immediately all the gamers, because Dungeons and Dragons is a game, they came out of the woodwork. They're like, a druid can't turn into an owl bear. She can't wild shape into that because that's a monstrosity. They can only wild shape into beasts. And you're like, oh, okay, here we go.
Well, let me ask you a question though. Should they be more? should the people that wrote the script be more in tune with that?
No.
Or do you think Hollywood's trying to get the people that
Hollywood doesn't
know what done D&D is, and they just want to put on a good movie?
Exactly. They're like, let's make a movie. We're going to put it in this setting that we know is a multi-million-dollar game that a lot of people are invested in and have gotten more invested in over the last 10 years, I'd say. And we're going to put it in there, and we're going to write a movie with story based around it. And they're like, well, what if we fudge some of the rules? Fuck it. They'll get over it.
The only reason I say maybe that's not true is because the biggest thing that you and I loved about the Marvel movies was, wow, they were getting it right. They were getting the character right. They were getting the costume right. They were.
Well, yes, but it's not like they got Captain America's costume totally right.
No, but you didn't have a complaint.
No, and that's just it. But there were people that did complain about Cap's costume.
Oh, okay.
And those are the type of people that are complaining about
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, like this druid can't wild shape an Oliver, and meanwhile, there's a lot of other people that are like, who cares? I mean, you can run your game however you want it. Maybe there's a DM out there that does allow people to change an owlbears and whatever, or there's just spells that can handle that anyway, and maybe that's what's happening in the movie, and you don't know yet because you saw a 2-minute trailer.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm still, and again, here's where Hollywood doesn't care, because are they going to get my ticket money? Yes, they are. So,
as far as I'm concerned with the D&D trailer, I guess what bothers me is it looks like it's more of a joke than serious. Like there is a definite tone between Game of Thrones and or Lord of the Rings.
Correct.
And that.
Correct.
And
it's going to be, so I've always said in our D&D games, like when we start to roll up new characters and we're going to have a campaign, we go into that thinking Lord of the Rings, thinking epic fantasy. And within 2 hours of our first session, we are squarely planted in Monty Python and the Quest for the Holy Grail.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that's how it goes.
Yeah.
And I think
that's the idea of it too there.
They're going to thread that needle. They're like, oh no, we're going to put it in Dungeons and Dragons. There's going to be, I think, some great action sequences. There's going to be some cool effects with spells and magic. And, there definitely doesn't seem to be skimping on the dragons at all. And then there's going to be parts with, I mean, Chris Pine is playing a bard, which is, kind of the suave kind of character, and he's playing it up. So yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Okay.
In fact, what's his name? Hugh Grant, who's in the film, said he compared it. He's like, there's a lot of Monty Python in here. And I'm like,
okay,
all right, I'm in. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm in.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Still.
Yeah. I think that's a good point, because you're right. That worked for Vox Machina, that Amazon Prime series that worked for them. And it didn't bother me. Usually when I see something like that, that tone kind of turns me off, but I still will like go watch it. But yeah. I thought they threw some stuff in there that I thought was just for fans. They go, oh my god, gelatinous cube,
or gelatinous
cube. And what's the thing that looks like a
Panther?
chest? No, it looks like a chest.
A mimic.
A mimic, yeah.
Definitely the mimic. But what's interesting is, I mean, you see the gelatinous cube, what they're diving away from is a displacer beast, which is another major franchise recognizable thing from the game.
Okay.
But no one dives, and here's
into one. Yeah.
You don't purposely dive into a gelatinous cube because you're immediately being eaten alive, because that's what gelatinous cubes do.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm interested to see what else is going to happen.
Yeah.
Hey, Marshall, how you doing? Marshall is on and excited about the Owlbears, which he should be, because
me too, Marshall. Check it out, Marshall. I bought a little owl bear. I like them so much.
Oh, very nice.
All right. Anyway, so after
and
I'm sorry, what? You froze. No, you froze.
No, so you did too. You froze.
Oh, okay. We both froze.
Okay. So going away from the kind of tongue-in-cheek kind of fantasy, next up they have the serious fantasy, which is the Lord of the Rings, the Power of the Ring, coming out on Amazon Plus.
Yeah.
Based off of the Silmarillion, which is another book written by Tolkien that a lot of people struggle to get through because it's tough to read. But it is the rise to power of Sauron.
Yeah, and how he creates the One Ring to rule them all.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I liked Lord of the Rings a lot more than I thought I would when I originally saw it, and each time I rewatch it, I really appreciate it. So I'm looking forward to it. And in fact, that's on Amazon Prime is kind of like, really? You're putting something that cool on Amazon? Really? Like I get to just turn that on TV on a Friday night? Really?
Yes. And I think part of the reason for that is they're not doing a 3-hour film. They're doing a long ass series.
Yeah, they are.
So they can really cover everything in depth. And Amazon had the money to be able to do it.
Most expensive ever, right?
Yeah. I mean, to really put a epic level fantasy budget into every episode.
Yeah.
Because Amazon's the biggest freaking company in the world. So, I'm in, and it's relatively soon. It's coming out like September 5th.
I thought it was end of August.
Maybe it's end
Game
of
of Thrones, right? It's Game of Thrones.
There were a couple things that were coming out that I was like, that's soon. Like I was surprised.
That's like in like 3 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm in. Totally in.
Same with me.
Next up from the Disney Plus panel, we've got Spider-Man freshman year, animated Spider-Man series, 14-year-old. Big thing is it's going to be in a separate universe where it's not one where Peter Parker and Tony Stark befriend each other. It's Peter Parker and Norman Osborn, where Norman Osborn has the Stark level tech. So that'll be interesting. A couple of these animation pieces. What If Season 2, cool. I mean, X-Men 97, which I find to be interesting, where they're gonna the X-Men cartoon from 1997.
Yeah,
they're just going to do a continuation of that. It's almost like it just got renewed for another season. Almost 30 years later. So
I'm not excited for any of them. I'll just put it out there.
Yeah.
Spider-Man cartoons, I think I've lived in my lifetime. I think I've had 7.
So many.
Yeah.
So many. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
7,
another
at
one
least
is
7 different. So another one is like, okay, you're just gonna retell the story that we
Yep.
all know, and we
it's
all
white noise.
yes.
Complete white noise. What if season 2? I'm kind of into to see what they
Yes. I want to
they
see how
do.
if that connects, if that doesn't connect.
Yep.
Yeah.
And X-Men 97.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah, not that much. I enjoyed the series when it was out.
Yes.
I think my tastes have maybe gotten a little bit more sophisticated since then.
Right.
Since I was 18, 19.
When that dropped on Disney Plus, I played the first episode and went, "Oh my god, I like this."
Yeah.
When I was a kid, oh no.
And I did hear that they're going to keep it a little bit more true to the comics, which I think is interesting.
Okay.
So we'll see how they do with that.
There was a third one. What's the third one? That's a cartoon.
I Am Groot.
Oh, my daughter will adore that.
Yeah, it'll be adorable.
Yeah.
It's 5 shorts.
Yes.
So
I like that Baymax thing that dropped in.
Yeah, kind of in for that. Marvel Zombies, which is another.
That's the other one I was actually thinking of. Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't care about that either. I just don't. I'm almost zombied out myself.
Well, and even when it came out, it was like the first run of it. Kind of interesting. The cover art was okay, but I really didn't enjoy the interior art all that much.
Yeah.
And then it like took over, like
everywhere.
Comicdom, like everywhere was zombie stuff, zombie this, zombie that, and we're gonna do our 4th Marvel zombie series, and I'm like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I agree with you with that. So that part I wasn't excited about, but it's so funny because in our last podcast we were talking about where's this connect? What's going on?
I know, and I'm gonna eat my words later. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Couple new Walking Dead series coming out.
Okay.
They've got Tales of the Walking Dead, which is again vignettes.
Yeah.
Been done, just not in the Walking Dead world.
Yeah.
Michonne and Rick are getting their own show, which is interesting because that was planned to be a movie, and then they said, nope, we're going to change it up and do a series. It's more about the business end of things, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
One I'm excited for, but again, kind of not expecting like an epic everything I want to get out of it. Shazam! Fury of the Gods trailer drops.
Yeah, that looked fun.
And that's just it. It looks fun. I'm going to enjoy it for what it is. Shazam is a character I really like.
Yes.
He's in my top 10, probably not in my top 5. I like Zachary Levi and how he portrays the kid in the superhero body.
Yep.
And we'll see how it goes. I'm more interested to see, because Black Adam, which again had a huge con showing.
Yep.
Like Black Adam is traditionally the arch enemy of Shazam.
Mm-hmm.
And how are they going to be connected? How will they connect them? You're showing, because Dwayne Johnson's got to be the hero, right? Like either dark hero or not, he is the main man in every project he's ever in.
Yeah, doesn't he have something in his contract where he has to win the fight?
Maybe
or they have to trade the equal amount of punches.
I've heard that rumor, but I've never seen it confirmed anywhere.
You're right. And I don't know if that rumor is only strictly with Vin Diesel during that fight scene.
That could have been.
I think it might have been only that. I'm not sure.
That's where I've heard of it, was there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't see The Rock get absolutely beat to shit, knocked out.
Right.
There's always some kind of gimmick the bad guy has to use if he has to lose.
Right.
But again, the movie looks good. I've enjoyed it. It's got oh gosh, why did I lose her name? Helen Mirren playing Calypso, who's amazing. So interested, gonna see it, gonna probably really like it. Yeah, that might be a multiple showing for me. And I like where they're taking the character. If he's like, what do I do with these powers? Like, like who am I compared to
Superman, Wonder Woman?
Well, he specifically didn't say Superman, which I think is interesting, but to the rest of the Justice League, where is he in this, in the rankings of all this? So I think that's interesting. Keanu Reeves Berserker is heading to Netflix. No one is shocked by that.
I didn't know that. Okay, cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, didn't know.
No one is shocked by that because even when the book came out,
It was just straight ready for a movie.
yeah, as soon as you're reading this, you're like, this is one of those where they're releasing a comic to see what kind of audience they build, and then it's going to get picked up by a streaming service, and it did. So Sandman got its first trailer. Interested. If you don't know who the Sandman is, that's not, if you're new to comics, don't dive into the Sandman. That's not where you start. It's great storytelling. It's fantastic writing by Neil Gaiman. But it's heavy.
Okay. I was gonna say, well, like, why can't somebody pick it up there?
It's very heavy stuff. Okay. Very heady stuff and heavy stuff.
Okay.
And not that you can't jump into that. I mean, you just got to know, like, if you're going in expecting spandex covered heroes that save the day, that's not Sandman. It's not Neil Gaiman at all. So
okay.
AMC's Interview with a Vampire got its first trailer. I'm actually pretty excited about this one.
I didn't see it.
Oh yeah, it looks great.
Okay, I'll have to watch that.
It's Anne Rice's, Interview with Vampire's story. They're updating it a little bit, taking it out of the slave era,
colonial times.
Yeah, kind of the colonial New Orleans, and just moving up to like early 1900s New Orleans.
Okay.
But still the same story where Louis is giving his giving an interview to a reporter, telling him how he was made. Lestat, and I really think because it's a different time and still very true to the book, they are gonna kind of play up the erotica piece a little bit, more so than they did in the movie. So
wait, okay, so in the book there's kind of this love between Lestat and Louis. Is that what
looks to be? Yep.
Okay. I've never read the book.
Yeah, I mean it's all very implied. But I think in 94, I think it was when that movie came out, 94, 95, society in general, like Hollywood wasn't going to take a chance on a homoerotic vampire story with Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise. Like, it just wasn't going to happen. It's a different time. So I think they're actually going to stay
open to
the book. And it's not, it's not like I think it's going to be more like a bisexual thing. I mean, I don't think
I know what you mean.
Yeah, they're vampires that live thousands of years. They're like, whatever. Right. So I think that's because that's true to the book. That's the way they're going to go. John Wick 4. Looks like John Wick 4.
Looks like John Wick 4. Absolutely. Yeah. But I'm excited.
I'm excited. Here, like, I watched the trailer. I watched it like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And I think, it hurts me to say it, I think they're missing some of that kind of freshness that we got in the first film, where, I mean, even in the first trailer, you're like, oh, what's this movie about? And then when you watch it, you're like, oh my gosh, kind of the gritty fights and everything like that. I mean, the fights are still there. They're still fantastic. But I think it's gotten more and more, I guess, Hollywood would be the way I would say.
Okay. It kind of gets hard to keep making, like, how many times you're going to have John Wick fight guys?
Yeah.
How many different ways can we have John Wick do this? You would think 3 would be enough. I found myself a little bit bored with 3 going, okay, I just want to see how this ends. And then when it didn't end, I was like, okay, what?
hopefully this is the end, because I love the world that they've created.
Me too. Yeah.
Where, I mean, you've got the gold coins, you've got the table, you've got the hotel.
Yes.
I really like the world, and that you get the idea that this world has existed for a very, very long time, like centuries.
Yes.
And that's what I would like to see, is more of that building, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind if you could do it well. Young John Wick, show him getting trained and show him getting out of his impossible mission.
Sure. There was once a rumor, a project, I don't know where it's at, if maybe it's still in existence, of
Ballerina.
No, the hotel.
Oh,
like,
yes.
It was all going to be,
it
was all going to be about the Continental.
Yeah.
And the actor that plays the concierge was going to star in it. who, by the way, has done a very nice job in the Resident Evil series on Netflix. He
I
stars
can't get
in
into that. My God, I'm like pulling my hair out at episode
Really?
3. Yes.
I liked it. We finished it last
Oh,
night.
good. Okay.
So, and there's the Marvel stuff.
Here we go. Hey, wait. Before we dive into Marvel, since we're kind of talking on that John Wick gray man area as we're working through this, I don't know how many people out there, I stumbled upon it and I sent you a text about it. I don't know if you watched it. Watch Kate. I'm not talking specifically to Greg. I'm talking specifically to anybody that likes
the Netflix show movie Kate.
Yeah, it's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I was did you watch it?
No.
Okay.
I did not.
Yeah, it's when you watch it, you'll go, "Oh, okay. All right."
It looked good, and when we were gonna, because we brought it up last night, we were gonna watch it, but it was one of those like, we're gonna get, because it was of course 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Yes,
and I'm like, we're gonna get a half hour into this, and I'm gonna fall asleep on the couch. So we didn't start it.
Yeah, but anyway, that and we just finished The Old Man, and I'll talk to you about that later.
Okay,
I don't know what the fuck's going on.
I'm a couple episodes behind because I'm
okay.
Like,
then I won't talk to you about it later.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, here we go. Marvel.
No, Marvel. Okay. Black Panther Wakanda Forever trailer.
What'd you think?
It's going to be sad, of course, because they're killing T'Challa. And other than that, I don't have much of an opinion.
Not about Namor, huh?
I mean, he looks how they told us he was going to look. He's more Aztec driven. I'm honestly surprised they showed him, but I guess in the absence of a Black Panther reveal, I guess that's what they have to show.
I think it was they've always said Tom Brady was the greatest at talking forever and not saying a thing. That's what I thought.
Yes.
That's what I thought that trailer was. They did everything they could, and you walked away going, "What is it?
I mean,
is this one big funeral?
Right?
Like, what is this?"
That's what it looked like. It's really what it looked like. And if you paid attention, there's Riri Williams is in there, and she's going to be Ironheart, which is an Iron Man spinoff. Like she's kind of the new Tony Stark, possibly. What I did notice was, is it M'Baku, the guy from the King of the Gorilla tribe?
Yeah.
It looked like he had one of the Black Panther necklaces.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if he ended up being king.
So we'll see. I don't think they're going to do that, but we're going to, we'll see. I like that character. I thought he was fun.
Me too.
But again, we're going to see it. I mean, it's going to be one of the highest.
I'm going to see. I'm going to see it, but I am not all for it. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. I'm just like, all right. Let's just see what that has to, like, unless it has to change. Like, unless you tell me like, oh, it's because Dr. Doom's in it or something like that, or or you find out Doom at the end is pulling the strings on whatever this conflict is, or
it's going to be one of the biggest, highest grossing Marvel films ever.
Probably. Yeah,
absolutely. It will.
Yep.
The still shot, you do see someone kind of, do the claw thing.
Yes.
And that's the still shot they got up here. It looks like a feminine pose to me.
Yeah.
So I think the rumor is that his sister
she will for sure
don the suit at some point. So
for sure.
So we'll see. The end of phase 4 is going to end with Black Panther.
Yep.
Is what they came out with. We got 2 Avengers movies coming out.
But that's for phase 6. What's phase 5?
See, they mix. The article I'm looking at doesn't put them in that order. So
I think if you look up phase 5, just picture wise, I'm doing it too. Hold on with us, folks. Why don't you guys look it up too? So you can follow along.
Look it up your damn self. No.
Phase 5 MCU. Here we go.
We got Quantum Mania coming out,
which I think that's going to start kicking off a lot.
It is, and it's interesting that this came out now because I think Not that Feige is a fan of our show. Maybe he is, but he literally heard me going like, "Where are we going with this?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, motherfucker, this is
Yeah.
where we're going
Yeah,
with this."
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think I made Kevin mad with my comments because we see where things are headed now. So
Yes.
Quantum Mania is February 17th.
Mhm.
Probably going to be the weekend of Valentine's Day. Maybe a good Valentine's Day date for some of you.
I actually really like the Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like, not that movie, the character, how the MCU portrays him. I really like him.
Oh, Scott Lang is hilarious.
Yeah.
I think Janet is a completely wasted character right now. Hopefully they do more with her in Quantum.
Janet or Hope?
I'm sorry, Hope.
Hope. Okay.
The Wasp. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, I hopefully they do more with her.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like she's, token badass chick. Like they're not giving her anything really cool right now.
Okay.
Hopefully they expand on that a little bit because in the comics she's a very, very cool character. Also in spring of 23 we've got Secret Invasion. That's going to rattle some cages.
I don't think it's going to. I don't think it's going to be as big. I don't think it's going to be what it is in the comics.
And here's the thing: I was looking at a couple of reviewers on TikTok that got the
inside scoop,
the press space,
in
Hall H. They showed a full on preview of Secret Invasion. Colby Smulders was there talking about it, and we didn't see any of that coverage.
Okay,
like it has been scrubbed. Like you're not taking your phones off with this. No one got to film the trailer. We haven't seen it yet released online. So either they're keeping more secrets with this or they're just kind of staggering the releases. But from what this person said, it is going to be a game changer. And it's going to be like a high end
espionage.
Spy thriller espionage kind of thing.
Cool.
Which I'm game for.
Yeah, me too. I love that genre.
May 5th, we got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
I heard everybody saw a trailer there and it was very emotional. That's what I heard.
Because this is the end. Like Guardians of the Galaxy is done after this. The reviewer that I watch, she was saying that this is like after Volume 3, this is going to go down as the best trilogy in Marvel history.
Oh.
Is going to be this one. I'm like, it's tall order. Okay.
Tall order. Yeah.
Going to deal with the making of Rocket, from what I understand.
Yes. The origin.
The origin of Rocket.
Yep.
Also in summer series, we get Echo, kind of a spinoff from Hawkeye and, Hawkeye.
Yeah.
The series.
Hawkeye.
Going to be a spinoff in
that
that
have
series.
Kingpin and Daredevil in it.
Yep. Gonna include some Daredevil. They're bringing Daredevil in and like putting him in different series.
Yes, they are.
He gets to his own.
Yep.
Also next summer we get Loki Season 2,
which I'm looking very forward to.
Love the first one.
Mm-hmm.
July 28th, 2023, we get the Marvels. I know you're not excited about it, but after watching Miss Marvel, I want to see where they're headed.
Okay. I am. It's not that it's. I've never been a fan. I've never been a fan of Captain Marvel. I respect what she can do, but I've never been a fan of what she can. I've never been a fan of hers. I've also never been and the Marvel movie didn't make me become a fan of hers. So they didn't I just didn't like. It's not that I didn't like. I don't care. And then Ms. Marvel, I think it missed my generation. Like,
did you finish it?
No, I'm still waiting on it.
So, the original Captain Marvel, Captain Marvel, as in the comics, the man that was in there in the 70s, that when he would clang the negabands together would change places with Rick Jones.
Yes.
There's an elements
in there
at the end of Miss Marvel.
Okay.
And that makes me very intrigued to see if they're bringing in the negabands.
Okay.
That can have some ramifications.
Okay.
So, hoping. But you know what? Again, it's Marvel film. Probably going to see it. I'll go to the theater and see it. Absolutely, I will. One that I'm pretty excited for on November 3rd of next year is Blade. Kind of the rebooting of the Blade.
I am not.
Really?
I should be. I really should be. I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I really like the actor, Mahershala.
Yeah. Okay.
really solid actor. And I like that they've already sprinkled in a little bit with Dane Whitman from Eternals,
Yes.
Black Knight.
Yes. For those of you that do not know, at the end of that end credit scene in the Eternals, that's Blade talking to Jon Snow, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
So you guys know, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So, in bringing in vampires into what has been a cosmic based, science based, we haven't dealt with the supernatural a lot. I mean, we've gotten the
I know what you mean.
the Scarlet Witch.
Mm-hmm. We're dabbing right now. We're dabbing
a little bit into like chaos magic.
Also,
but
Moon Knight's supernatural.
I guess.
Yeah. We're starting to dribble in, like, we're starting to get little.
But even like, it's interesting because my kids are kind of asking me, they're like, so if we're to believe that the Egyptian gods are supernatural gods, but we're supposed to think Asgardians and like the Norse gods are just like another species, like, how does that gel? And I said, I don't know, because I don't know where they're headed with that. You know what I mean?
I do, but I think that's overthinking it.
Could be. Maybe I'm raising.
But I think that's just. I think that's
okay
just human nature, that everything has to fit in a certain way for us to understand it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, one way or another, coming November, we're getting Marvel vampires. So
okay,
I'm in. And probably werewolves too, because
Werewolf by Night, which was funny. I thought that was coming out next Halloween, but I guess not. It hasn't been.
Not announced any. Well, okay, we'll get to that in a second because there are some gaps.
There.
So fall of 2023, we get Ironheart. We kind of discussed who she is. That's going to be a series. We get Agatha, Coven of Chaos.
Yep.
On Disney Plus. They actually changed the name of that.
Yes, they did. It was House of Harkness.
Yeah. So
I think they changed it Coven of Chaos because Chaos, Wanda with her magic is chaos magic.
Spring of 2024. That's amazing how far out they plan these things.
Yes.
We got Daredevil Born Again. Daredevil coming back to Disney Plus.
Stop with that. Daredevil Born Again is going to be 18 episodes.
And that worries me.
Yes.
Worries me a lot.
It worries me too, because I thought 13 was a little too much for the Netflix ones.
Well, and it's even in the what was Falcon Winter Soldier? 8?
6?
10? 6?
They're all 6. They're all 6.
But even some of those have been like, you could have told that in 4.
Yeah.
You know what
exactly.
I mean?
Yeah, it does worry me, and I'm a huge fan of Daredevil. And
you really like that Charlie Cox Daredevil.
That worries the hell out of me. When I heard 18 episodes, my first thought was, how many of those are fillers?
And part of me was like, are the episodes 30 minutes a piece?
Yeah.
And that's why you're doing 18?
Please, and thank you.
we're doing 9. It's going to be actually 9 episodes. We're just going to do them half-hour pieces.
Right, exactly. I'd be okay with that.
Go, okay.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Then we've got we knew it was going to happen, but kind of big news. Captain America: New World Order.
I think that's actually bigger news than we think it is.
With Sam Wilson is Captain America, which I think.
No, I mean the title.
New World Order.
Yeah, that could be Skrulls. That could be multiverse. That could be Hail Hydra, Captain America.
Could be.
Yeah, New World Order. It could be a lot of different
things.
It could be Kang going, "Hey, this is the new world. Deal with it."
Now, recently in doing the Gray Man press, everybody was asking Chris Evans, "Would you ever go back to Captain America?" And he
said no.
He said no. He's like, Sam Wilson is Captain America. Captain America.
Yeah.
And as one of those people that kind of reads into things, I found out, you go, but you're still Steve Rogers. So that maybe, and Steve Rogers was not always Captain America, but was still very active in the comics. So we'll see what happens there.
Yes, we will.
And then July 2024, we get the Thunderbolts, which I think
we knew that was coming.
Knew it was coming, but I think a lot of people that don't follow comics are like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
I've heard somebody say it's like the Suicide Squad for Marvel. Not really. It's a bunch of villains that they get together and say, we're going to rehabilitate you into heroes. Not that we're going to send you on unwinnable missions and we don't care if you die. It is just, we're going to rehabilitate you and make heroes out of you. So I thought that was interesting.
Okay.
Now, phase 6.
Yes.
We
this is
also
where it
got,
gets interesting.
this is interesting. So we've got fall of 2024. Here's the thing. None of the Disney Plus series have been named, but there is space here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them.
Okay.
That were listed
on
on that.
She-Hulk.
Yeah, She-Hulk didn't come up in there, but that's coming out like in a month. So
It is coming up in a month.
well, that I think that's
they showed a really long trailer for it too.
Well, because it's still phase 4. That's why.
Yeah. Okay.
We
Okay.
just
Sorry.
covered phase.
Sorry.
We
Okay.
just did 5 and 6.
Phase 6. Go ahead.
So phase 6, like none of the Disney Plus stuff is out there, which is where I think we're going to see. What was the series we just talked about that I said was going to pop up? I said we're talking about that later.
Loki. I don't know.
Shit. But we got Fantastic
What
Four.
If?
Nope. We got Fantastic Four coming out.
We'll start phase 6.
We'll start phase 6.
Yes.
And then they've got 2 films, one in winter, one in spring. Space Form, and they're not there. Oh, it's Werewolf by Night. Because
Okay.
I think Werewolf by Night might be in that phase.
Might be in here. Okay.
Yep. So we're gonna get something in the winter, something in the spring, but we don't know what it is yet.
Yes.
Then we've got May 2nd, 2025 is Avengers: The Kang Dynasty.
The Avengers are back.
And the first question my kids asked me is like, well, who's going to be in the Avengers?
I think you're meeting them.
Yeah, I said I think everybody you've seen so far.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's where you're gonna get.
Yeah.
They've got something for summer of 2025, which is interesting because I think May 2nd is part of the summer.
I think we got a Thor 5.
Oh, really? That soon?
I heard. Well, when they said Thor was going to return, he's probably returning for the Avengers. But yeah,
that would be my guess.
Yeah. Okay.
So something in another film somewhere in the summer in there, and then in November. So we're getting 2 Avengers movies in the same year. We got Avengers: Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Which is going to cap phase 6.
Yes, and that will conclude, from what I understand, that will conclude the multiverse saga.
Yes.
Yes.
That was what they need.
So what we're in right now, guys, we're in the multiverse saga. That's what it is. I'm assuming, of course, they have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
We just have to sit back and just down the lazy river and just, hold on tight when the rapids start.
Yep. I think the next saga might be the mutant saga.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, I think this Secret Wars is what's going to shatter everything, and you're going to start getting where they're going with it. Because honestly, by itself, you could do just with these 2 groups, Fantastic Four and X-Men. There's so much material for those 2.
Mm-hmm.
They could carry on a phase by themselves almost.
They could. Yep.
So,
So that's the news from San Diego. Some of the things that didn't happen, a lot of people were kind of predicting, suspecting that Henry Cavill would show up to the DC
and announce that he's Superman.
And they would announce that Black Adam 2,
Wouldn't that have been cool? Because I saw how they raised Dwayne in this thing and he's sitting there. Wouldn't it be cool if the other side, Henry Cavill, came up?
That would have been cool.
That would have been really cool. This means nothing, by the way. It just would have been cool.
Yeah. I don't know. I really hope Cavill is still Superman.
Me too. I like him as Superman. Yeah.
I can't name another actor in Hollywood right now that I would want to play. Superman.
Do you not like the guy on the show?
Screen? He's okay. I like it.
Okay.
My family doesn't watch that show. I have to watch it like on my own.
Okay. So you haven't caught up to it or anything?
I just finished off season 1. I'm going to hop into season 2.
Okay.
It's all on HBO Max, so I'm going to watch it there. I like him. I like him a lot. He to me is a really good TV Superman.
Okay. I don't
know if he'd be a big screen Superman I want to see.
Okay.
And Lois Lane just kind of annoys me in that show, but I'm going to watch it anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's what I got, man.
All right. You know what? Where are we at right now? We're at.
Oh, we're pretty good.
Oh, we're right there. We're right there.
Yeah.
We can end it now if you want, and just give the people what they wanted, and that's it.
Yeah.
So, Greg, why don't you sign us out?
Oh, wow. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
and this kind of fits everything you're going to see online coming up. If you're a fan of anything we just talked about from San Diego, now we're getting into theory mode, and we're getting into people making predictions. And unfortunately, toxic fandom just oozes out of people at this point.
Correct.
I saw it already with some of the D&D stuff. And just remember, when you're online and you're talking to people, just don't be a douche.
There you go. So for the Greg, this is Johnny saying no one throws a loaded gun. Take care, everybody.
See you later.
Podcast out.